Hello, world. My name is Dana ID Matthews, and welcome to my show about reviews about stuff, episode number one. And the very first project that I will be reviewing is J. Cole's new album, For Your Eyes Only. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, the first song, For Whom the Bells Toll. Now, I enjoyed the classy vibe of the track. Sounds like he's still searching, still reaching for something, which is good. Keeps him humble. I don't mind his scratchy voice. That singing approach, it works for him. Uh, he mentioned in the song whether he wanted to live or die. And this is a sad thing, but true. But at least to me, anytime someone questions whether they want to live or die on a track, you tend to assume some existential crisis subject matter. And personally, I like that. So the intro track got me pretty amped for the rest. Now, the second song, Immortal, cool little beat. Not much going on, but a nice little catchy lead and a dope bass. I really enjoyed the string instrumental at the bridge of the song. Nice little touch there. A lot of references to growing up black and around black gangster criminal culture. A little here and there is to be expected from J. Cole, and he usually does a decent job, which is what this track was for me. Decent. Not overly lyrical, but not horrible in any sense. A good old school sounding track. Deja Vu. Now this song, this is the type of song that you hate and love at the same time. The beat's dope. J. Cole adopts a catchy flow on his verses, and the part of the chorus I swear is Tupac. Tupac's vocals even sound like they were recorded in the 90s. But I have one huge issue with this song and others like it. In hip hop music, there seems to be a trend where the male rapper is in love with and or lusting after a woman who is already in a committed relationship, discrediting the other man and accusing the other woman of everything but being faithful to themselves. You can kind of hear the bitterness in his chorus. She fuck with small town niggas, I got bigger dreams. To my knowledge, the story goes like this. He fell in love with a woman after the window of mutual interest had passed. He meets her at an event later on. Another man he knows introduces her as his girlfriend. J. Cole gets mad that he lost his chance. It says, fuck it, I'm a big star. She fucks with small town niggas. I got bigger dreams. I'm gonna make a song about it. Whatever. Number four, Vile Mentality. Didn't like this song that much, period. Uh, didn't like the change of pace from the last song. The beat was subpar in my opinion. Don't like how he doesn't credit this other person singing on the track. When he says no features, it should actually mean no features, but whatever. I don't know how it works these days. But I did like the cool little blurb in between by the little girl talking about her father throughout the song. I thought that was pretty cool. Number five, She's Mine, part one. Not a fan of the title. Nobody belongs to you, but whatever. Liked how the vocals sounded on the track. I like the harmonies. Beautiful little violins in the background. Cool delivery on the verse. Enjoyed the subject matter on this one. A couple good punchlines here and there. Very classy track. I enjoyed it. Number six, Change. Love beats like this, the type that are adequate for rappers, made for listeners to hear the person talking. Kind of like the type of beat you'd use in a freestyle cipher. I love the headline of the chorus. The only real change come from inside. You could tell J. Cole has changed as a person in the last few years, with lines like, I no longer bury demons, I'll be a vessel for the truth until I'm barely breathing. This track was surprisingly inspiring, not for any one specific reason or lyric, but overall, the vibe of this track comes off that way, a little more mature and inspiring. Number seven, Neighbors. I guess the neighbors think I'm selling dope. Yeah, I really enjoyed the bounciness, if that's the thing, of this track. The type of track you chill out to in a car. Really laid back and nice flows on the verses. He's gotten more versatile, in my opinion, than previous projects. Sorry. Love the subject matter. In my opinion, this song was him addressing his blackness along with his fame, and now he's seen and how he's seen its effects on his psyche and the psyche of white communities and people that surround him. A nice little gem of a track. I really enjoyed this one. Number 8, Folding Clothes. I really enjoyed this one actually. Cool guitar riff right off the bat. Yeah, you get hooked. As soon as he says, "I want to fold clothes for you," it gives you the premise. That gives you the premise for the rest of the song. Not the greatest lyrically or anything like that. And the chorus does get repeated a bit, but it's an honest song about the little things in a relationship. And as someone in one myself, it was refreshing to hear this approach on a rap song. And more songs like this are needed. For this, good job, J. Cole. Number 9, She's Mine, Part 2. Again, not a fan of the title. Nobody belongs to you. Stop it. Stop it. But I did like his opening line, for you, for you, I'll drop the tough guy shit. Life would be a lot easier if more men did that. Wish he didn't have him having a daughter to realize that, though, but whatever. J. Cole gets a little personal on this one. He sounds humble and appreciative, like he's made some new realizations about his life, mixed in with his knowledge on the inequalities in the world. Talking about corporations feeding off the poor, schemes like Black Friday, getting more clear about having a child, and expressing his newfound understanding of love because of it. A classy song that I'm sure came from the heart. And finally, number 10, For Your Eyes Only. Haha, like the album. Long story short, it sounds like an album he made for his kid, and this song is like the stamp on that idea. It sounds like he did some legit soul searching. He spills his current wisdoms, knowledge, and questions out onto this album, and it was enlightening to listen to, in the sense of these are the types of song that help you understand the mentality of the rapper and exposes him to us in a more personal and vulnerable way, more so than you're used to on the average. All in all, I can't say I didn't like this album. Does it warrant all the hype it's getting? Realistically, that's up to you. I thought that on a lyrical front, it was okay. Nothing to go crazy, nothing that made you go, "Wow, how did he come up with that?" But there were a lot of quote unquote deep lines that made you think of your stance on the subject matter, and making your audience think is definitely one of the jobs of an artist. And on the instrumental front, it was decent. Again, nothing over the top that made you go, "Wow, this beat is perfect." But they matched the mood of this subject matter for the most part, and a select few matched up with his flows, and matched in the best way possible, given what was there for him. Um, I will be rating everything out of 10. I gave this an unofficial 6.5 rating upon my very first playthrough. After listening to it 4 or 5 more times, my final rating for J. Cole's "For Your Eyes Only" is a solid 7 out of 10. Decent, a decent showing. I would recommend the full album to J. Cole fans, and I'd recommend a select few individual songs for new or less frequent listeners. And that's it for me. My name is Dana ID Matthews. Thank you for listening to my reviews about stuff, episode 1. Peace out.